Cancer. Welcome to your July reading with me. So, birthday season, happy birthday. Big things this month. Mercury's going retrograde at the end of the month. Let's just get that out of the way. It's going retrograde in your house of finance. There is also a full moon in Aquarius towards the end of the month in your house of other people's money and inheritance. Two go hand in hand. If you work in finance, you might be dealing with a stressful couple of weeks at the end of the month. If you have legal battles going on, there may be delays there. I also think with Mars retrograding in Aquarius, which is again other people's money, you may just be feeling a little bit like other people are being uncooperative. Financial delays, waiting for things to happen. I'm also seeing with the energy of your own sign and Venus going into Virgo, you may be meeting somebody through socializing or your own birthday is what I'm getting. You might meet someone at a birthday party. Be a fellow Cancer's birthday. Well, it would have to be a fellow Cancer's birthday party because it's Cancer season, or it could be yours. Friends are going to be pretty significant in introducing you, and networking is going to be pretty pivotal this month. So don't be a hermit. Don't be staying indoors. It is your season, and on the 10th of July, Jupiter goes direct in your sector of true love and fame and honors, and you'll be like this. You'll be an Empress. Crossed by the Queen of Wands. For me, this is kind of a female rivalry potential here for some of you. There may be a woman that you feel like is getting at you. Could be work, or it could be your relationship with your mother. Cancer is obviously the mothering sign. The Empress energy fits that. Although the Empress is Taurus and Libra, so you may be dealing with one of those, but for most of you, I think you're having a tricky aspect with a fire sign. Someone that possibly seems like a lot of work. Maybe a roommate for some of you, or maybe a romantic partner that you live with. Now, the Knight of Swords is here. Energy may be coming in pretty quick. Justice card, as I said, legal disputes may be prevalent. I'm just seeing a Libra pattern here, dealing with a Libra person. And Death card, 3 of Cups. As I say, stay in. No, don't stay in. Go out. Don't be a hermit. Queen of Swords. Ooh, and Hangman. So yeah, delays. This Mercury retrograde at the end of the month delays everybody, so don't worry about it. We all know the drill by now. Although, when it's in your second house, it can sometimes make your self-esteem go a little bit funny, or you may feel like you have to go over old ground. I feel like you're going into this month with concerns over energy, like how much you can invest in something or someone. I think some of you may have been going through a legal battle that was a bit tough. Well, legal battles will always be tough, but particularly draining. Something that you had to put in a lot of effort. It could be home disputes with the 4 of Wands here. Some of you may be dealing with a divorce. It may also be, there could be a custody battle for a very select few of you. Now, with the Knight of Swords, I think someone's coming in quick. Like really quickly. It could be an air sign. Again, I'm seeing Libra. But there may be an issue with a previous partner that's not been resolved. And for most of you, the ones that find it the hardest are the ones involved in a legal dispute. I think a lot of you have been rejecting new love as well. Just from what I'm seeing. And I think the hermit energy that I talked about, don't be a hermit. Some of you are going to want to shy away because there's been a tower moment. So some of you, I think there's a bug in my hair. Some of you may have been dealing with somebody who left you, possibly for someone else. I see that with the Empress and the Queen of Wands. Some of you may be feeling very rejected, or someone may have made you very false promises and then disappeared. I think some of you have been ghosted. From what I'm seeing here, the Knight of Swords. Oh, if I could talk. The Knight of Swords is a ghosting energy. Someone that comes in and leaves just as quick. And I think that there's a lack of closure for you. Okay? Ten of Pentacles. And it's crossed by the King of Swords. Yeah, it could be an air sign. I do think a lot of you have been dealing with a tricky air sign, and I think this is somebody who may be making a very quick return of sorts. Okay. I almost think that they may be left because they thought things got too heavy too quick, or they may have left because they weren't ready. They may have felt like it was too much. It's like you offered them something very sincere and they rejected it. And you're despairing. But they're also despairing, is what I'm seeing. You're going to be getting back balance, though. You're going to be, your period of feeling frustrated and feeling unsure and uncertain, the lack of closure, I think you're going to be getting back to yourself. When I see Justice and the King of Cups, I think it's very much emotional balance, finding emotional balance. But it may also signify another water sign, possibly a Scorpio, because Death and the Three of Swords may be that, but it may also just be a relationship that ended and was very hurtful. Three of Swords, always hurtful. World card is here. Graduations and weddings. I do think you're hoping for an air sign to return. Or someone with air in their chart. So it could be a moon in Aquarius, it could be a moon in Libra, it could be a moon in Gemini or rising in those signs, and a romantic message does come in for you. So, the Emperor's underneath. Of course, you'd be dealing with an Aries or a Scorpio. But signs aside, you've been dealing with someone that just didn't know how to take you. You've been dealing with someone that felt like it was too much. Maybe when you're a Cancer, you're very nurturing. Maybe you were too nurturing, in their opinion. Not necessarily their way of measuring things is correct, though. So just remember, things like that aren't personal, they're subjective. I think commitment was maybe offered or suggested and they possibly vanished. Or if they weren't as cruel to just disappear, they maybe said they weren't ready. Now, I think there's been a period of space, and I think that there's very much somebody returning. As I say, it could also be a fellow water sign. It could be another Cancer, it could be a Pisces or a Scorpio, of course, but I think a lot of you are air and a lot of you are water. But I think you're frustrated by this person. And I do think they're returning with a romantic message. I think they've possibly gone away and thought over things. Now, if you have, because the Emperor's underneath, if you're a Cancer with Aries in your chart, because I just did the Aries reading, second chances with this Mercury retrograde in Leo is very, very significant for you guys, especially if you have Aries, because I'm seeing a link here. I do think there's somebody returning for you, Cancer. And I'd hedge my bets and say air. But as I say, it could be Sun, Moon, or Rising. You know the drill. Don't shout at me in the comments. Some of you are also taking a trip with the World card and the Three of Cups, a trip for a celebration, or with great friends. So, there's going to be positive sides to this month. I also think that could be weddings. You may meet someone at a wedding. If you guys are looking for somebody new, Fate is smiling on you. Fate's taking the wheel. Could be a new water sign for you guys. But I see a chance at romance after delays. I think with Jupiter retrograde in your house of true love, there will always be delays, It sometimes feels a little bit like your luck is reversed because of the retrograde, but in actuality, it's because the timing isn't right. It means that you have to go over lessons in love that you maybe weren't acknowledging or you weren't dealing with, and now you get a chance to. That's a perfect combination for the Jupiter going direct, the Hanged Man, and then the Knight of Cups. Makes sense. Judgment. Okay. Answers are coming. Decisions are being made. Crossed by the Knight of Wands. Someone may reach out to you while you're on holiday. Someone might reach out to you while you're traveling. Or someone, I think this is somebody riding in on his sorry horse with an apology, to be honest. Star card. Hope springs eternal. High Priestess. Yeah. Page of Cups. An offer after despair. I think some of you have been pretty lonely, and I think some of you have been pretty frustrated by the amount of superficial people maybe that have entered your life, flippant people, guys that weren't reliable, girls that weren't reliable. Suddenly things are taking off. It's also Gemini energy. Wheel of Fortune's there. Yeah. A change of fate in your love life. Change for the better. Much better things are coming, Cancer. You're going into a period of receiving. I know you're afraid of this, so this is your fears position. And the Two of Pentacles. Again, this came up in the Aries outcome, so I do think there's a link to Aries here. There could be like an astrological reason for that in your chart. But someone's coming back to you, or someone is coming in. It depends on your circumstance. You'll either have someone return or somebody new come in, because there's an offer of love. But with the Hangman, it feels like it could have been bad timing before, or something that you've waited on for a long time. And because you also have to weigh up the options of this. Like, you have to think about it, and you have to see whether or not this person's good for you. You have to make a very well thought through decision when you get an offer like this. I mean, the outcome card, Knight of Cups, potential outcome, Page of Cups. And he's right beside the Knight of Swords. So there is offers coming in. There's messages coming in thick and fast. Maybe two people. There may be the air sign in one corner and the water sign in the other corner, and they just have to go to battle for you. That could make sense. Two of Pentacles. But you may need to come out of your shell somewhat and acknowledge the fact that every romantic relationship that's worth having comes with a risk. You'll either marry the person or you'll split, effectively. Or to put it more sensical, as people don't always get married, you'll either be with the person forever or you'll split. And I think when you take something like that and you hear it the first time, you think, it's really depressing. But fate works in mysterious ways. And I think for you, with Jupiter going forward, it's almost like a Saturn effect. Because Saturn is currently in your 7th house of partnerships, and you're learning a lot of lessons about the people that you're romantically involved with or legally involved with. And Jupiter has sort of accelerated that. And by accelerating those lessons, you've experienced delays. So love may have stalled before. Where love stalled before, there is now progress coming in. I think maybe from the 12th of July onwards, with the Hanged Man energy here, I'm thinking from the 12th of July towards the end, you're going to be feeling more significance, particularly for those of you born on the 12th of July. Because I said there's a link to your birthday and socializing. It may be that you hear from someone on your birthday that you haven't heard from in a while, and it ignites a conversation. You know, someone wishes you birthday on Facebook, and it's out of the blue. But there's definitely something about this that can be revitalized. You know, it can be revisited. This isn't someone that's done you a lot of harm. If you wonder why I keep looking away, there's rabbits running around me. There's 2 baby bunnies that are very cute. Never distracting me. But this is something that can be re-energized, reignited. The Magician here means that it's completely within your control. And it ties into that air sign energy. Now, it also may be that someone has recently returned during Gemini season, because this is Gemini energy, and I do think you're dealing with somebody that possibly just got freaked out and got cold feet. And I don't think they have cold feet anymore. I think they're returning to you as someone that's a lot more emotionally balanced. You know, they're centered. When I see the King of Cups here and the Justice card, it's centered. You know, they're very well thought through. They're balancing their head and their heart. They're having a moment, and you're starting to see fruition where there was once distress. There was once lies and competition. Maybe that they wanted to play the field, I don't know, but there seems to be an offer coming in that's a lot more significant, and it's something that you have waited for. So it's up to you what you do with it, but I think fate's made an intervention, and from now on, with Jupiter in Scorpio direct, you're going to be having a much better time, Cancer. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in August. Bye!